Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any questions, suggestions, or recommendations. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Over the years, I have received many messages from viewers. They share stories about their home cooking, how the fast cooking system has changed their relationship with food, helped them with healthier lives, and carry them through hard times. These stories remind me that food is more than nourishment for the body, and cooking is more than satisfying hunger. One message I received last year has stayed with me. It was from Jessica, which is not her real name, who lives in Ireland. She had recently lost her husband to cancer, and during the final year of his life, she began using the fast cooking system. As his appetite changed, she wanted to cook food that he would still enjoy. With fast, she tailored each dish to his changing taste. Flavor chasing gave her tools. Tempeh-based cooking offer flexibility. Advanced prepping and stir-frying allow her to cook efficiently and without stress. She loved using the system, not because it made her a better cook, but because it helped her care for him. That mattered deeply. Now, the day after he died, Jessica sat alone in the kitchen. She felt lost. Then she remembered how much he loved her stir-fried chicken and broccoli. Quietly, she began. She pulled an 8-ounce package of chicken from the freezer, and she put it in the lukewarm water and reached for pre-cut broccoli from the fridge. She gathered sauces and aromatics and lined them up beside the stove. She heated the wok, add oil, and seasoned it. She seared the chicken just the way he liked it and set it aside. And then came the broccoli, sauteed it with just enough garlic to release the aroma he always found comforting. She finished the dish with a drizzle of oyster sauce. Simple, fresh, exactly as he liked it. She warmed some rice. Now she wasn't hungry, but she sat down to eat, and in that moment, she felt that she's connected to him again. The grief doesn't lift, but it softened. The kitchen gave her something to hold on to, memory through flavor, a connection through care. To me, the fast cooking system was more than practical. It was efficient, yes, but also flexible, adaptable, and powerful. She could cook a meal in 10 minutes, any time of day. It wasn't just about getting food on the table. It was about making something that gave comfort to him and later to herself. That evening, she found comfort in a simple act. With the aroma filled the kitchen, her sorrow gradually retreated. She didn't feel better, not exactly, but she felt anchored. When the world seems to be in disarray, the kitchen became her refuge, a place for her to keep going. Jessica's story came back to me recently as I struggled with a flare-up of debilitating back pain. The pain stemmed from an old spinal surgery to remove a benign tumor. A number of years ago, scar tissue leads to nerve damage. My back has become a landmine. A wrong move, it will trigger the pain down my right leg. Nothing helps. Not really. Only time. My last episode lasts for 6 months. I walk, I stretch, I try to manage. But I live with constant fear of another relapse. And last week, it happened again. I turned too quickly, and I felt something in my back. Within hours, I couldn't walk. In addition to the pain, it came disappointment, fear, and a kind of a spiritual exhaustion. The pain is always there, just like a shadow. And worst of all, it drained my will. Everything feels risky. I stopped doing most things except cooking. Now in the kitchen, something shifts. My pain threshold changes. I can still move with effort, perhaps, but with purpose. The fast cooking system gives me rhythm, structure, and confidence. It's become second nature. I've been cooking every night. I'm not physically better. Sometimes I'm worse, but my spirit is much better. I feel like myself again. And then Monday, I make chickpea fried rice. Fast and flavorful, I improvise with what I have and what I feel like eating. It took 10 minutes, not because I'm a great or efficient cook, but because I have a system. The fast cooking system creates the environment. Now, there are many cooking systems out there, and most are rooted in culture and tradition. The fast cooking system is different. It adapts to modern life. It fits cooking into your reality, not the other way around. It is versatile, practical, and forgiving, even on days when I'm hurt. As long as I can stand at the stove, I can cook. Now, the fried rice was simple. A template guided the steps. Substituting ingredients feel natural. Experimentation wasn't just allowed, it was encouraged. The dish turned out beautifully, a new combination, a success I can build on. The next night, we have a memorable meal. Our neighbor who keeps a pond caught a 1.5 pound striped bass. He filleted it and brought it over, fresh from water to table. I steamed it with ginger and scallions. My wife said it was heavenly. She loved ginger. I paired it with a quick vegetable medley. Dinner was ready in 20 minutes. Now, traditionally, ginger is cut into strips and placed atop the fish. But she wanted more, so I minced the ginger and rubbed it directly on the fillet. Flavor chasing at work. She loved it. For the side, I make a vegetable medley with tempeh-based cooking. We never repeat the same dish. One vegetable takes the lead, other support. Each time they can take turns. The result is always greater than the sum of its part. Each night holds nearly unlimited possibilities. Advanced prepping gives me options, vegetables, proteins, grains. I focus on vegetables because they're perishable and demand attention. So on Wednesday, I noticed that some spinach needs to be used. I also had some chickpeas, and we have a craving for shrimp. So I make a chickpea fried rice over spinach and top with a stir fry of shrimp, mushroom, asparagus, and tomatoes in oyster sauce. In the last 2 years, I have discovered a favorite approach, combining multiple dishes into one. I call it a hybrid dish. Layers of flavor, texture, aroma, and color. Home cooking becomes a creative expression. Simple, joyful, but infinite. Each dish has its own template. Every variation multiplies possibilities. When you combine the templates and then you multiply it even further, the hybrid dish keeps meal exciting, playful, and personal. Flavor chasing is the guide. Tempeh-based cooking is the map. Later in the week, I cook a salmon 3 different ways using 2 staple ingredients, conchiglie pasta and hor-fun noodles. Each dish was unique. Each one offered a fresh experience. I see cooking as a conversation between me and the ingredients. What do we have? What is the possibilities? My wife loves salmon, but we have learned to treat it as a condiment rather than as the main ingredients. On Thursday, I make a cold salmon pasta with pesto and conchiglie, perfect for a hot evening. On Friday, I stir-fry the next portion with rice noodles, broccoli, cauliflower, tomatoes, cabbage, and cashews. I char the vegetable for wok chi, that wonderful smoky flavor, which is unique to stir-frying. It was a lot of fun to cook. A Saturday brought another 90-degree day. I make a chilled cucumber and avocado salad with black beans, topped with the final portion of salmon. No waste. Everything is being used. Jessica once said that when she is sad, she goes into the kitchen and cooks. For 10 minutes, the world feels solid again. she always will miss her husband, but through food and the memory it brings, she will find peace. She is not lost. Cooking has become her anchor, and for me as well. Now, cooking requires consistent commitment and persistence. A cooking system takes time to develop, and most people who cook regularly have one, whether they realize it or not. However, many traditional systems doesn't align with the modern lifestyle, especially in America, where convenience often takes precedence over process. Traditional cooking methods tend to be time-intensive, demanding more than most American households can reasonably spare on a weekday. That's where the fast cooking system comes in. It is designed for real life. With fast, you can cook a meal from scratch using all fresh ingredients in about 30 minutes. A quick meal can be ready in 10 minutes or less, perfect for a busy work weeknight. Why does this matter? Because commercialized convenience food don't just affect physical health, they also undermine emotional well-being, erode family routines, and weaken social ties. Home cooking is more than filling a stomach. It is about feeding the spirit and nurturing connections. For home cooking to be sustainable, we must recognize both its tangible and intangible value. I can teach you how to cook, but more importantly, I want to show you why you should cook. With this new approach, I hope to do both.